So we don't have a set way to just start this, except
we just kind of hit the ground rolling.
Let's get this party started quickly, right?
You could say we're already started.
It's happening.
All right.
Now.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Thank
thanks for
you
being here.
for having us. Thank you for being here.
That's right. I am your mother. I did have you both.
For our guest today, this is Mike Angel. Mike Angel is probably one of the people that I know that I'm kind of at a loss for words there.
Yeah?
Yeah, I lost my words because we're drinking old fashions because Nick Hinton invented the old fashioned.
I did invent the old fashioned. It's a little known fun fact about me.
Yes, he's only 34, 35 years old.
Yeah, I'll be 35 this year.
35 this year.
And I found this out actually during past life regression therapy, that in a past life I did, in fact, invent the recipe for the old fashioned. So
I believe it. I heard it on Instagram earlier today, actually. So
yeah, I mean, I just heard it on Instagram, but that's good enough for me.
I saw it being recorded onto Instagram.
Oh,
So
wow.
I guess that's good enough for me too.
Wow.
that's
amazing.
What an echo chamber. If we hear it enough from each other, it must be true.
It must be. There's no alternative.
It's good enough for me.
And that's Facebook, everyone.
All right. So Mike Angel, known for his work with Bigfoot Yancey, as well as the Virginia Avenue Music Fest, formerly known as the Virginia Avenue Folk Fest. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right. Mike is just an all-around badass. I'm going to blow a little smoke up his ass a little bit. But what I was trying to say earlier was that there are very few people that I know that I respect more than Mike Angel, just because of what he's done, not only as a musician, but as an entrepreneur, as just an all-around good dude, you know.
My hat's getting tight here. Let me.
That's just fine. Just unbutton it a little bit, you know. I really took for granted going down to Square Cap Vinyl, his vinyl shop that he owns along Patrick. See, the old fashioned's working. He owns along with Patrick Birch, and I miss going down there for a good cup of coffee and hanging out with those guys and enjoying the good tunes they're playing and just an all-around cool vibe there. They're there for like a couple of months. I was down there just about every day doing my work and just hanging out with you folks, and I miss it. I wish this COVID would just go away, you know?
Yeah.
I'm ready for some more live local hip hop. That's how I've mostly interacted with your shop.
The hip hop night is big. It's a good night for Fountain Square.
It's a good time.
There used to be a hip hop night before us at the GPC, General Public Collective, a few doors down. It was a cool little art gallery, but they got ran out. I don't know what happened. There was like a fist fight. Unfortunately, it was at a hip hop show, and it's like hip hop. It was something like
violent.
that, you know?
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, we'll have hip hop in Fountain Square then. And we haven't had any problems. The fucking crowds are great. Can I say fucking on
You
there?
can say
Feel
as
free.
much fucking as you want.
Yeah.
But don't feel like you have to say fucking either.
Yeah,
Hip
but
hop
if you
night.
feel like saying fucking, definitely say it.
Shout out to Sunny Paradise. He is our host for Hip Hop Night. He curates it. He's my buddy. He's great. He's talented himself. And I'm really glad to be working with him, as well as Chris Wolf for the open mic night. That's huge, too. So both those guys put together great events. But just had to get that out there.
No,
Nice.
that's fine. That's good.
We can't wait to attend those events again in the future.
Right.
Might have more events, bigger events, better events. Who knows?
Or we might not ever have events ever again.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Anywhere.
I've enjoyed this downtime
Me
to
too.
kind of reset my mind and started working out, and I just feel better now. I know that all in all, COVID-19 is terrible, but
It's been good for you.
yeah, I'm trying to find good parts for it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it sucks that my business is shut down, and like with all the tension in the world right now, you know, I think all of us probably have interpersonal relationships that are kind of struggling with other people because our true characters coming to light and things like that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of bad in the world right now, but there's also a lot of good. And I just like to highlight that, because if you take the time and just acknowledge the parts of yourself that you can make better, and everybody did that, the world would be better. So that's what I've been trying to do.
Good.
Try not to be such an asshole. Try not to be such a fat slob. Try not to drink so much, but I couldn't resist tonight.
Oh, yeah. We're having Hotel Tango. I don't know if we mentioned Hotel Tango.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the fine folks running the show at Tango for supplying us with some lovely 2-year bourbon tonight.
Thank you for the liquor.
It's delicious.
It is quite tasty.
Probably the best old-fashioned I've ever had.
The best you've ever had?
Ever. Now. The best ever.
Because it was made by the founder.
The original, yes.
That's right. I actually don't really tend bar over there, so it wasn't me that made it. But I mean, it was definitely me that made it. I just didn't make it.
Thing practically made itself.
You were the first. You were here first.
Yep. I've always been here.
Yeah, you touched on something a second ago that I really like thinking about a lot, and acknowledging like the good things and the things that you can improve and stuff. And like I think about that a lot. Like, and that really came to me when I first started doing gratitude exercises, because I've tried a whole bunch of weird shit to try to deal with my own crazy. But gratitude exercises have actually been really effective for me. And I think it's because when you start acknowledging things that you're grateful on a daily basis with intent, you sort of widen your perspective of the world. And it's not just this shit show that you see on Facebook all the time.
Right.
But every single day you're kind of saying, hey, you know what? I got clean water today. That's pretty fucking cool. And it came out of my faucet. Not as good as this clean water over here that I paid 89 cents a gallon for, but I don't mind paying 89 cents a gallon for some clean water. And, it's I feel pretty fortunate that I'm one of the people on the planet that gets to do that, because
in the history of the planet.
Hundreds
of billions of people, or however many people ever walked the earth. Nobody's had it easier than we do right now to go get water. So we should be grateful for that.
You know how
cold gallon down at the gas station.
Exactly. You know how shitty our ancestors would be to hear about some of the things that we bitch about on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Like, oh, your magical phone device isn't working perfectly right fucking now? Cool. I just buried 3 of my kids because they got dysentery, and I don't even know what the fuck that is.
And that's when Forging Flame took a dark turn.
It takes a dark turn just about every episode, and I think I like it like that.
And we can't be held accountable for that anyways.
Yeah, this is on you, Mike.
So
let's talk about
what would you like to talk about today?
Dude, I got so much I'd love to talk to you about, and I'd love for you to share with our audience. Our audience is growing at a steady pace. It's just
I'll do my best to shout it out when the episode's ready to go. I'll push it out to my people on Square Cat and Bigfoot Yancey and
nice.
We love when
Interstellar Overdrive events.
Oh yes, shit. Yeah. We love when other people do our marketing and promotional jobs for us.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, if you're a guest on something, you should push it a little bit.
I mean,
one would hope
a little bit at least, right?
Just a little bit. Give it a little nudge, a little something.
Because at the end of the day, we bring you here for multiple purposes, of course, like for the overall purpose of the show, which is digging into your creative process as it like applies to multiple pursuits that you've got going on, but then also to help support and promote those who are actively doing things and let you use what will hopefully be a reasonably powerful platform for such things.
Yeah.
At some point. So
yeah. I think the benefits of coming on the show are great. I read through the list. 2 free drinks with drink tickets, free publicity, but I'm most interested in the banana pudding wrestling in the baby pool later.
That'll come after.
All right.
That sells it every time.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to mention that on the show, but here we are.
The 3 of us are going to tango.
Yes.
Well, I came pre-buttered, so.
All right. That makes me a little uncomfortable.
So one thing that I did want to ask about, and not to derail the conversation away from such delicious subjects as we were on, but we spoke for a moment about COVID and like how that's had a toll on your business. But one thing that you've done to try and work around that, or I don't know if it was something you were doing already, but mail order record sales. You're selling your inventory online.
So we were doing online sales in a much smaller capacity before COVID-19 hit. And as Pat and I kind of saw this coming, it was happening in Europe, and we met with our staff early on, like a month before everything got shut down, and said, this is a possibility that all of this is going to happen. Like everything we told them happened, just like laid out step by step. And so we were scrambling to get the website, the web store up and running. And we launched it the day we shut down. Like all the business just shut down. Or the day before. It was right around that time. So that kind of saved us a huge pain in the ass. I mean, we're not like killing it like we were, but it's enough to coast by right now. So,
I mean, whatever it takes. But I mean, potentially, just given the way the economy seems to be shifting towards
the economy.
Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't. But I mean, a lot of people are definitely shopping online a whole lot more, and stuff like a well-curated record collection means a lot to a lot of people, not just even in the U.S. but globally. So having the ability to provide that abroad, we are. I mean, that's powerful.
We're sending a lot of. Every time I run to the post office, there's seemingly one from another country. Like there was one in the pile going to Japan the other day.
Nice.
And one going to, what country was that? Florida.
America's Wang.
I'm really grateful that the online sales are doing well. And then we started doing the litter box, which is like you subscribe and it's just a we pick them kind of thing. Like we surprise you. Just pick them straight out of the bin. So,
is anybody else doing that, like subscription vinyl?
I think so. I saw VGR up in Muncie was doing it. Shout out to VGR. Shout out to all the record store homies in the city.
Nice.
Indie CD and Luna.
I really think that subscription-based record sales could be pretty hot. Like, even outside of global pandemics, like. Definitely a worthy venture.
It also worked out well for Vinyl Me Please and a few of those other record clubs. So it's kind of based off what they do, but a little less calculated.
Where can we find out more about this?
Find out more at squarecatvinyl.com.
That's the best. It's the best voice. I'm going to do what I can to bring that out as much as possible. I'm just going to have to watch your levels a little bit. Just kind of hover over the...
Find out more at squarecatvinyl.com.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah.
Is that Crazy Mike? Is that the voice?
I don't know. That's one of them. Crazy Mike, he's like one of those used car salesmen, that's screaming at you to...
growing up watching all those local TV ads, like Don's Guns and all that stuff. Like... Just all of it is in my head from when I was a kid, just staring at the screen, just coming out in little bits.
Was the first one where you were just kind of running around the record store and like saying, we got vinyl? And
yeah, I don't even know. I was extra hyper that day. Slammed some Coca-Cola or something, some of that Mexican Coke we have, and I just started throwing records. And I stopped on one. I hurt some people's feelings. I can't remember what I was like, yeah. But, yeah, but it got a lot of laughs, so I just kind of, why not? This is a good way to let the public slowly know that I actually am insane. It's like, this character's great. It's like, yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's just a part
I'm so creative.
You're just turning up the volume on certain channels, that's all.
Yeah. No, then we did the Crazy Mike promotional videos for the Bigfoot Yancey shows.
No fees.
The no fees.
No, the no fees thing caught on, and the Hi-Fi started using it. I see you out there.
They started using it?
I saw them post no fees.
Whoa.
Highlighting it.
That's insane.
I see you out there.
I could draw a parallel with our own government, but I'm not going to go there. Not yet. Maybe
no fees.
Maybe when this whiskey's a little further towards the bottom here, we'll get into that.
So you get dark with it?
Gonna get a little dark.
Can we break down no fees, or is that too dark? Can we explain?
Oh,
what
he
that
hasn't
is?
seen. He hasn't seen it.
Well, assuming neither have our listeners, so let's at least
let's
clue
just,
them on.
Let's just pull it up, and I'll let you watch it. And then for the video here, I'll just patch it right in there.
Nice. We're gonna steal some content.
That's right. Steal it from ourselves.
Oh, I didn't have anything to do with it.
No, but
Ryan created it, so he owns it. Just has to license it from himself.
I own his character too. So.
Oh, wow.
Yep. He doesn't know it.
Help! I'm trapped in the box.
All right. It's somewhere here. So to keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
What's new with Bigfoot Yancey?
Bigfoot Yancey recorded a live session at Postal Recording on tape earlier this year.
On tape.
And Jake Huber and his crew videoed the thing from several angles. So,
Also on tape?
yeah. Available on VHS at your local Blockbuster. I was trying to remember what date that I said I was going to release it, but I don't even know. Soon. There will be ads. There will be Crazy Mike no fee ads, hopefully.
All right. Hey, I'll help out with that. I know a guy
promoting a free video that will be streaming, so no fees.
Good. Let's go ahead and watch this real quick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, hold that up.
Hey folks, Crazy Mike here from Crazy Mike's Ticket Outlet. This Saturday night, we got tickets for Bigfoot Yancey's album release at the Hi-Fi Indy, right across the street from Square Cat Vinyl. It's raining tickets, folks. Saturday, July 13th at Hi-Fi Indy. Doors open at 8 p.m. And if you buy the tickets at Square Cat Vinyl, there are no fees. No fees. No fees. No fees. No fees. So come on down to Square Cat Vinyl today and get your Bigfoot Yancey album release tickets. No fees.
America.
All right.
So
no fees.
Do we want to get into like how that came to be, or do we not want to ruffle any feathers?
How did it? Oh, fudge. That's what you were talking about.
No, that wasn't. I had something else in mind. I plan on ruffling a few feathers.
Well,
with
you
this
know,
Spoiler alert.
I had people. How did that come about? Someone was like, "I'm trying to buy tickets, but they're not $12. They're
like $17.50 or something.
They're $17.50." I'm like,
It's like
what?
marked up like 40%.
There were a lot of fees on there, and so then I just demanded that I get a stack of tickets. We'll just dumb it down. The fucking fees were outrageous.
Yeah.
We're a local band that lives like 20 feet away from the fucking Fountain Square, and you can't. I don't know. Oh man, fees
It's
suck.
pretty gangster.
Even when we sell tickets at Square Cat, there's fees online, but there should always be an option where there's no fees, and there shouldn't be extra fees on local bands.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Right.
It's ugly.
So
It's always different when you're a musician and you're running a venue, because you can see it from both sides, you know. So
yeah, I was hanging out at Square Cat Vinyl one day, and he started trying to shoot a video advertising the show, and he like did a few takes, and I'm like, I mean, I'm not doing anything right now. I can, just shoot it with my camera and then edit it real quick right here in Premiere. And it basically turned into that, and it caught on.
Extensive shoot.
I mean,
It was like an hour.
Was it an hour? To me, it seemed like it was like 15 minutes.
I had to drive the truck around the block.
That's right. There was a lot of steps.
Different
weren't there?
locations.
But
To find the proper seating on the toilet.
yeah, you had to write on the toilet. And
Have you ever written on toilet paper before?
It's not an easy thing to do.
So we shot it real quick. I edited it real quick that night, and then we put it out there. And then I'm like working there the next several days, and people kept coming up to the counter and be like, "Yeah, I'd like a couple of tickets to Bigfoot Yancey's album release. No fees, please."
The no fees thing caught on. Like, people still say it to me.
I know.
It's pretty awesome. Hey, you're the
great.
no fees guy. Somebody drove by and said that.
No fees.
Yes, that's all I am.
works,
is
it
the no
works,
fees
baby.
guy.
That's the thing you're going to be remembered for when you die. It's not going to be the Virginia Avenue Folk Fest. It's not going to be Bigfoot Yancey.
Not the peak you wanted.
Sadly, you're right about that.
Not Square Cat Vinyl. It's going to be no fees.
Probably
That's all
be
it's going to say on your tombstone is no fees.
It'll be no fees until I have some kind of angry, drunken meltdown in public and there's like 60 camera angles on. I'm throwing a cell phone at my kids or something like that. I don't even know.
No, you know what? Fees. Fees for all of you. Everybody pays fees. So Bigfoot Yancey, I'm going to take a little left turn here because when I mentioned Bigfoot Yancey, I'm like, oh yeah, Mike Angel, he's in that band. They're one of my favorite bands. And one of the things I really like about Bigfoot Yancey is that not only are you guys really good musicians and you make really good music, but it's remarkably accessible. And I didn't notice that until I saw you guys play in Fountain Square. I think it was like, I don't remember what kind of event it was, but it was like right there on the square, outdoors. And I was watching you from behind, and I was looking at the crowd, and there was all kinds of people there. There were old people, there were young people, there were kids, and everybody was digging it. And I'm just like, wow, they really are like. And I don't like using the term accessible because accessible generally means that you suck Satan's cock for money. And Bigfoot Yancey definitely doesn't do that, man. They make music they love. I love their music. It's I started getting into you guys right around the time I helped you out and recorded your first EP.
Right.
And that was right around the time I started listening to the soundtrack for Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And that was like playing on loop. I had a puppy at the time, and every time I'd leave him home, I'd play that soundtrack on loop. Like I thought it might make him feel better. I don't know.
But he went insane.
He's
Oh,
mad.
Luca. I miss that boy.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's in
Wee boy.
Portland now. But
Made him a better place.
he's
In a much better place.
I don't know about that. Maybe his backyard is a better place than a backyard here, especially right now. Man, it's really nice in the Pacific Northwest. Northwest.
You might I'll be onto something there.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest.
Oh.
We're going to open up a bed and breakfast in Portland.
Hell yeah.
That's $1 million idea.
Yes, but
Pacific Northwest, America's first flannel pillow. I'm reaching here.
That's
Sounds
good. No,
sweaty.
it's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking beard hairs.
Combs your beard while you sleep.
Yes.
Ooh.
Greases it up.
My beard self-lubricates while I sleep, so I'm covered.
That's
Literally covered. Drips. It's kind of gnarly, actually.
yeah. Wow.
So,
You kicked it all off for us. Thanks for recording that first EP. Welcome to the City EP back in 2015.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was a challenge because I didn't have really as many microphones as I would have liked to, and we just did it right in a bare bones room. There was no sound treatment. We just
a living room, just us
living room.
standing playing live, not even to a click.
not even to a click.
We just did 3 takes of each song and just chose the best one.
Fucking nailed it.
sounds great.
No, you didn't hear that one. You heard their latest one.
You said no.
No, I listened. Let's see. Let me find, because I listened
You
to.
heard Welcome to the City EP.
Yeah, was that the one that was that like 2014, 2015, something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you did listen to
Yeah,
it.
I listened.
With
So
the us on the album cover in a van, poking our heads out.
Album
I
cover?
didn't look at the album cover. I was listening while I was working earlier today, and Ryan loves the way that I describe things sometimes, and I was listening to sometimes I was listening to the song Coyote, and to me it felt like you were conjuring the ghost of the swamps of like old Indiana. Like that's how it struck me. It sounded like Midwestern swamp music.
Interesting.
And like, there were a surprising amount of swamps in central Indiana. Like Avon was a swamp before.
The whole damn state was forest and swamp. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So like it felt oddly right, and it struck me as such. And I admittedly, like generally speaking, like folkier, a little more like like leaning towards like
Country.
what could be considered the country realm. I don't want to be disrespectful by saying country because it's not. It's very much not. But that's just generally not like the way that I lean musically.
Right. Me either.
But
Just play the shit.
yeah, and I think I might have seen you guys like, oh, you know what? They played live for your going away party, didn't they?
They did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, that's where it was.
That was a day.
That was a day.
Holy shit.
That was a day, and I'm back.
We did a triple header that day. We played Pride
Oh, shit.
out in the middle of a field with no cover, and it was
That
like
was a hot ass day.
it was like 100 degrees, and we were melting. And
Oh my
it's
god!
like, please, may we have some water? And they're like, you must earn it. Play your country music, boy.
Jesus Christ.
And goddamn, I was fucking dehydrated. And then we had to rush to our friend Hannah Lindgren's film preview at Tyner Pond Farms and play there. And I was laying in the bathroom of that place, fucking dying. We had to rush to your place.
And then they get to our place, and Mike is dying, and he comes inside. I mean, a party's going on right now. There's all kinds of people wandering around. Mike goes straight inside and sits down on the couch, and he's just enjoying the AC, just chilling out for a second because he's very welcome to. Because, you know, my brother Nick was just like, yes, please go inside. Please chill out. Please make
Very
yourself
gracious
comfortable. And then my sister-in-law, not knowing who he is, like comes out and she sees Mike sitting on the couch. She's like, the fuck are you doing here? I don't know what she said, but she's like, what's this about? It's like, I'm dying. I just need a minute.
That was a fun night overall.
It was.
Oh my gosh.
I had a few favorite parts of that night, but we won't go into that.
Hey, we can go into
Hi, Dan.
anything we want to, Dan Crawford.
God
Love
bless
you.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu is highly effective, but not always appropriate. I kind of feel bad about my
Well,
my application of jiu-jitsu, and
it might have just been inappropriate timing more than anything. I don't know that unsober jiu-jitsu is advisable in most professional discussions, I would say. But I'm a blue belt who's not trained in months and months and months, so my opinion on the matter is irrelevant.
month maybe. Like you've been in there, like a few weeks and weeks. Let's say that.
This brings up a valid and very current point, though. I think jiu-jitsu should be used by law enforcement.
Absolutely.
So we'd be having this talk after all these incidents.
Currently
like, you shouldn't
banned by law
have choked him out instead of you shouldn't have fucking shot him 40 times.
Or choked him all the way out.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you had the training and the discipline to just neutralize someone that you suspect is worthy of that abuse or whatever, that would be much better.
It goes far beyond that too. It's not just a matter of I can control somebody's body against their will, which that's definitely a big thing.
Sure.
Like in law enforcement,
Absolutely.
you need to be able to do that.
Right.
And you need to have options between, hey, sir, please put your hands behind your back, and I'm pulling my gun out and shoot you. There needs to be a wide gray area of
I agree.
of
Sorry to
methods
take such a
there.
turn
No.
with that, but
No,
I've
it's
been
cool.
thinking about that a
No,
lot lately.
it's-
Watching all these fucking crazy videos of police just offing people. And
Hard to see.
those motherfuckers.
It's relevant though, and like beyond that though, there's something very valuable about a person that's in a position of power, like a police officer, coming into a jiu-jitsu gym on a regular basis and being fucking humbled. You know, not only are they constantly getting hands laid on them, you know, some of these people may go months and months and months and not have anybody actually grab them and try to do something, you know.
Right.
Whereas these officers that I train with several police officers, and you know what? Every single one of them, they're twice the human I am. You know, they're just really good people, and they're in there on a regular basis. They're there to learn. They're there to get better. They help their team. They have generally good spirits, and but I think that there's value of being in that situation and being in bad situations with people that you may or may not know, and having people humble you and smash you and beat you all the time, because even the good guys in jiu-jitsu, they lose all the time, you know. And some of these, I feel like the people that are causing problems in that realm, which they're out there, obviously, they are they're likely not experienced in that area. Like any of the jiu-jitsu people that I know that has seen that video that's caused this whole crazy shitstorm that has been a long time coming, you know. Everybody that's seen that has been like, that's fucked up. That guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's a piece of shit. Like all of that. It's been unanimous.
Are you referencing a specific?
The George Floyd video.
Yeah, George Floyd.
Oh, that guy. Was that jiu-jitsu?
That was not jiu-jitsu, no. Dude, I don't care how big that guy is. Like, I'm 190 pounds. I could have held him down by myself without handcuffs. And I'm just
that's why I didn't know you were talking about George Floyd, because I had no hint of jiu-jitsu in there. That was just
not at all. That's
straight up execution.
Yeah, for sure.
Slow and fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that cop.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is,
can I say
like,
that on here?
Sure,
for
fuck
sure.
The police.
Anything.
It's your microphone right now, Mike.
Well, if you come after me and not Nick and Ryan, please.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
I will definitely stand by the sentiment that all cops should be training on a regular basis. They should be training jiu-jitsu. They should be in the jiu-jitsu gym with people that know a lot more than them. And they need that. I mean, really, anybody needs that. Anybody that's smaller,
there's a whole list of
females, like basically everybody needs to train jiu-jitsu forever.
They need to train
Forever and ever.
a few years on a lot of different subjects. They need to earn their guns. They need to not have qualified immunity. They need to serve the people that pay them instead of kill them.
A very good friend of ours who, for the time being, shall remain nameless at his request, was a very decorated member of the local police force. And he is no longer, but he had proposed very shortly before his departure. He had proposed a kind of a comprehensive training academy situation where new recruits are essentially doing all of their training across 2 years on a college campus, wearing suits, attending law classes, and actually getting essentially like a degreed education in being a police officer. They're in the gym at least 4 days a week, lifting weights, training jiu-jitsu, training basic combatives, and doing a lot of situational training. And the way he described it to me, it kind of sounded like the exact antidote to what we constantly see over and over again now.
They need like history classes, communication classes, de-escalation classes. Like there needs to be a lot more going on there than what it is. So.
Yeah, I can't say for sure like what exactly is going on there in terms of like police training, but I can definitely agree with that. That like it's baffling to me that the people, some of these videos that I see, not particularly the more violent ones and the more brutal ones, but there are some of them where it's so apparent that the police officer has no training whatsoever, that they have no idea how to control somebody in a very basic way, that I could teach somebody. You know what? I would even venture to say that Jaron is better at controlling a person than I've seen some of these police officers control just after a few sessions with him.
Well, Jaron's very level-headed. So.
Yeah, Jaron's a good boy. Jaron Kelly, he's the guitar player, pedal steel player, backup vocalist for Bigfoot Yancey, by the way.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him, that guy.
He's a real boy.
He's a real boy, and he just started training jiu-jitsu. And you know what? He's, not to take a sidestep here, but he's also kind of a, I don't want to use the term gun nut, but he's kind of a gun nut. He likes.
If there was a gun nut, it would be Kelly.
He loves guns. He loves, he's one of those people that enjoys all aspect of it. He enjoys the sport aspect of it. He enjoys, having the self-defense. He enjoys it just as like a mechanical, like little machine. Like he enjoys it. He's basically an all-around gun nerd, and I say that in a positive way. But, I've been kind of pushing him a little bit for the past several years to try out jiu-jitsu, because, not every problem's a problem.
Right.
We need to have options before then, he's starting to get into it, and I'm excited for him.
I've been considering it too, and I might.
Let's do it.
If I keep I've been running 5 days a week now.
Yeah.
And lifting weights and eating pretty healthy. And I think there might be a point where I get to a certain weight and I'm feeling good about what I've accomplished, and I might try out jiu-jitsu.
Well, here's the thing. Jiu-jitsu is a very effective way of losing weight. And
Yeah.
like I hear people
I
all
see
the
you
time.
sweating in those videos.
Yeah. I hear people all the time say that like, oh, you know, I don't want to train. I want to wait until I get into a shape and train.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like, no, fuck that. Get in here.
It's not
Get in
that.
here
I
now.
just want to make sure I'm not going to die of a heart attack.
No, you won't.
I'm just kidding.
You won't, man.
No, I'm just trying to do it on my own, and then when I feel like I'm disciplined enough, I'm thinking about maybe trying it out at least once. So.
Well, you should, because shout out to Indiana Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy. I currently work for them, and I do their intro classes, and I do the beginner Jiu-Jitsu classes on Monday and Wednesday. So they have a free 30-day trial. You can try it out. 30 days. You can do as many classes as you want, as many classes as you can take. That's what Jaron did, and he loved it. It's a great academy, great people running it, and you can learn a lot in 30 days. You know?
Hell yeah.
And the thing I would recommend to anybody that's looking to get into shape and looking to change their life in sort of a physical capacity in that way is I just recommend finding something that's fun, that's physical. You know, for some people that may be tennis or racquetball. To some people
Fucking
that
love
might
tennis, man.
be, yeah,
Swimming.
What, swimming? Yeah, anything that's physical that wears you out, that's also really fun. Then just take that up as a hobby, and that's why jiu-jitsu has been really effective to me, because it's no longer about getting into shape. It's so far beyond that. It's just like, dude, I have to learn all of this now, and I'm so impatient with it that I can't wait until the next time that I get in there. So I'm not even thinking about how many calories I'm burning. Honestly, more often than not, I don't eat enough. Like I have to consciously eat more food because I need to recover.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, anytime, just let me know. I'll get you in there. Everybody's super relaxed. There's no time period. We won't twist your arm. I mean, we'll twist your arm, but we won't, we won't make you too uncomfortable. Well, we're going to make you uncomfortable, but it's going to be a good uncomfortable. It'll build character.
I don't know if I'll be able to this year, but
You can do it tomorrow.
working on trying to figure out what we're doing with the business. There's a lot of stuff on the horizon, and I'm my current endeavor is flight school. I'm doing online ground school, trying to learn how to fly planes. So
Oh, cool.
Shit. That's awesome.
When did that come about?
it's been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. My dad was a pilot. I grew up flying with him, and he would work on planes. He was an aircraft mechanic too, and I would build Lego planes in the hangar while he was working on real planes. So it's always kind of been a dream, but I never felt like I was stable enough to be in a plane. Like, it takes a lot of focus to be a pilot, or else you should have a lot of focus as a pilot.
Yeah.
And I've just always kind of been a wild card. So just, after this big slowdown, I had time to reevaluate my life and my plans and things. And it's like, I think I'm ready to kind of dig into this a little bit. So
It's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had no idea that you were learning how to fly.
yeah, just doing the book work right now.
Yeah.
The actual flying gets expensive, and you have to do it like consistently. So that's going to be a whole thing when that comes along. But
How far out do you think it's going to be until you start flying planes?
I mean, I could do it anytime if I had the money laying around.
Ah,
Because to rent, like a Cessna 172 with a instructor is probably around like 180, 220 an hour or something like that. And you need at least 40 hours in the air to get a private pilot's license. But they say it's
salty.
more like 65. So
It's
adds
almost
up.
$10,000 just to get certified.
Yeah.
yeah.
All told. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens. No rush. I mean,
Maybe square cap vinyl bounces back in like
We blow
tremendous
up.
fashion. Fucking my words.
get a fucking jumbo jet that says Square Cat vinyl on the side and fly it over Fountain Square.
Well, I don't want to.
Yes.
I don't want to get anybody too excited, but we are talking about it on Forging Flame right now.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
it very well may just blow up. Maybe 6 months or 3 years from now, but it might blow up because of this.
Hopefully we help you
Fingers
blow
crossed.
up. We're gonna blow square cap vinyl as hard as we can.
We're gonna blow it up.
Yeah.
Gonna
And act
blow it
like
up.
we don't know nobody.
I know what you're referencing. It took a second.
And the next segment of the show.
So,
What do you want to know, guys?
We want to
What do
know. I think we want to know about some process.
Yeah.
Let's get into that because
Processes.
you do
Proceeds.
a lot of things. Being an entrepreneur is no like small endeavor, and it's not just like one job, right? So obviously that's a heavily creative process, keeping your business up and moving and like going a direction. Hopefully, you've got like goals as a business owner,
Right.
but then also you've got this relatively successful, like multi-year ongoing.
We're in year
rather
4 right
robust
now.
Musical.
Oh, the fest?
No. I'm talking
The
about
Square
Bigfoot
Cat.
Yancey.
Oh, that thing.
So you've got, so the fest is
Oh, shit.
currently
Fest is
retired.
dead.
Right. Okay.
Fest is dead.
killed it. Deflated it.
It's dead, but still, so music,
now.
entrepreneurship, maybe a future resurgence,
I don't know.
maybe.
what would it take?
Zoom meetings.
If COVID-19 can come back, why can't the Virginia Avenue Music Fest?
That's right. It's going to be your slogan.
What's America's slogan? No masks.
No.
Anyway, back to the point. My processes.
Yeah. So I would imagine that those are very, very different mental spaces that you're in. Like if you are working on a song or, maybe an overall concept for an album or, just whatever as it relates to the band. And then you've got, how do you pivot during a pandemic to keep people employed? And so totally different headspace for sure. But I'm assuming there's also a bit of overlap in how you approach those things. So let's maybe start there. Let's start in the middle. Would you say that there is a distinctive similarity in certain areas in how you deal with the creation of music specifically and how you deal with the operation and forward momentum of your business, pandemic aside?
I'd say that's probably true just because I am who I am and I just have a way of doing things.
Sure.
And I think that my personality just plays into everything that I do. So, I don't know. How do we break this down?
How do we break it down? Well,
It's a
How do we
big
break it
question.
it all started in the desert.
I was born at Lake Winnipesaukee. I was one of a litter of 5. No. I was the one they threw away. No. So, I was trying to remember the other day how I write songs. I can't even fucking do it anymore. Like, I sit there and I was trying to write a song and everything just sounded like shit. And my sentiment right now in this particular time in the world is there are a lot of people that have really important shit to say and I'm not one of them. So if I'm out here pushing some shit that I'm writing right now, I know that it's not genuine. It's fucking just garbage, whatever I'm singing at home right now. Because I try to filter myself and just put out the best of what I can create, self-filter. And I don't want to add to any noise out there or try to drown out anything important being said by other people in the world. So I don't know if I'll be able to make music for a while, like new stuff. So that's where I'm at right now. But it used to just like come to me and I'd have something swirling in my head and it would just like, I'd sit down and just write a demo right there. And then that became something. But there have been different phases of my life where like there was some kind of magic there that was more prevalent. Like when I was living in the van for a couple of years with the dog, that was fucking miserable at times.
Yeah.
So the only thing I could do to pass the time was sit there and write songs. And I believe that like the best art comes from misery or great suffering. I think all great artists suffered at some point. Maybe there's a few happy ones out there, but like that translated into the music. And right now I'm just kind of like, I'm not like miserable, and so I don't have anything to say right now. I'm just, I don't know. I'm not trying to deflate my process. I'm just observing because I was actually trying to play guitar today and write songs It's like, how the fuck do you do this? Like, listen, I was like, I'm a different person now. It's weird, but I think there's I think there's magic to it.
Yeah.
And the people that have that magic can fucking make great stuff. And I'm not one of them right now, boys.
The magic is being distributed in other directions, it would seem.
It's out there in the streets fighting the man.
Strong place.
No, I think that's completely valid. You know, being in a place where you kind of feel like you don't really have anything to say, so it's just like, well, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, why am I doing this if there's nothing like inherently to express? Like one of our former guests, like she said that, you know, she never sits down to try to write a song. You know, she never tries to do it. It's just they come to her or they don't. And sometimes they take years and sometimes it comes in a flash. But, you know, it varies between each song. But I can completely understand that. Like, especially if you're paying attention to the things that are going on in the world, it kind of feels a little icky to kind of focus on like, well, I'm going to make something pretty, you know?
Right.
I'm going to make a pretty little song and it's going to be fun.
I'm not going to fold anybody, but I keep seeing, you know, people I know like pushing their albums right now. I'm like, do you really think that's more important than everything going on over here right now? Because that's what the perception is. So maybe just like fucking cool out for a bit, you know?
Just a little bit, just kind of chill. 2
ears, 1 mouth. Listen more than you speak. And this is coming from a fucking loudmouth, so I'm trying to change.
Strategy.
Everybody should fucking change. Like, acknowledge your faults and change. So.
Yeah.
Everybody just change.
Just fucking change.
Change.
If you could just stop right now
Just change.
and be completely different, I think we'd all benefit from that.
Please. We're begging you.
Yeah.
Please. You also mentioned not contributing to the noise, man, and I can definitely get behind that because if you spend too much time in the social media space, I mean,
Now, I do it
a
sometimes.
lot of noise.
I'm not
man.
innocent.
No, I get that.
Every once in a while, I'm reposting something, and I'm like, I'm outraged about this. and I go back and look like I'm a fucking asshole. But
No, but there really is a lot of noise right now, and I'm not contributing that to anything like political or anything like that. But what I really mean by that is like social media has become a thing where people kind of feel the need to share their opinions on a regular basis about everything. And this isn't a recent thing. This is like within the last several years. It's just like this regular thing. Well, this is what I think about it, and I'm just, you know, it gets to the point where, you know, as a person with entrepreneurial tendencies and, you know, starting this podcast and also having my own like musical project, like I'm really careful to not contribute to the noise, you know, like I'm really careful. It's just like, I recognize that it's just chaos out there. Our process here is that we're doing our best to just be consistent. You know, we're just going to be a constant stream just going. And it's not even about us. Like, we're really just kind of conduits. We're really just sharing what other people are up to. And I think, honestly, what you shared was really valuable, just like really straight from the gut, just like, man, I don't got shit for you guys right now. Like, I'm fucking...
yeah. You know, on the subject of social media, I think we should have a direct access to all the information, everything that's going on. It should not be censored, but it turns into an echo chamber, and it turns into narratives being pushed. And it should just be, here's all the information, you fucking do with it what you want. But I mean, Facebook's obviously on the way out. There's got to be something newer that is less like we can rally behind a cause, but don't let it be manipulated to where it's like an artificial outrage kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with that. But
no, like I get what you're saying. I mean, the echo chamber that you're talking about is something that a lot of people don't really think about. They look at their feed and that is their objective view of the world because A, it's all of their friends. B, it's all of the pages they follow. And C, it's also the things that they regularly interact with. So they're going to be like, if they're more conservative, they're going to be likely to click on more conservative links. And then Facebook's like, oh, you like conservative links, huh? Here's some more. They're not giving you an objective view of reality.
Bots and our own taste, like if we unfollow someone because they see something we disagree with, we're just cutting out another opposing viewpoint. And so we're just being fed what we want our narrative to be. And then like we wake up every day believing what we're seeing and no other opposing viewpoint. And that, I feel like that's detrimental to society when we're like taking this as gospel every day and not getting any kind of objective truth. So.
Right. And meanwhile, we're not actually having any real fucking conversations with people where it's all...
But we know that. We've been saying that for years. Like, you can start shit with anybody and not have any consequences.
Yeah. So
what do? We sound like old grumpy guys right now. I'm not fucking mad at these kids for stirring up trouble, though. It's like, fuck it. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
And whatever's going to happen is going to happen now. Like, there's too much crazy shit going on in the world, and
there's a lot.
The train's set in motion, so
it's hard to not be a conspiracy theorist at this point, because it's just there's a lot of things that are real convenient. The timing is just like, oh wow, well that's but that can also just be the universe, because everything's just kind of one big coincidence anyway. But
yeah, I like to think up counter conspiracy theories when I see my conspiracy theory friends like post shit like I support Trump because he's anti-mask, and it's like maybe he's anti-mask because he's going to buy stock in the vaccine company and he wants you to get sick. Come on, just think real quick, like there's a counter narrative to this, you know. What is it?
It's quick diffusion, man. I like that tactic.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work, so.
You take it neat. You want another hit of this, man?
Yeah,
a little bit. Here we go.
Thank you, sir.
Give me a nip. I'm already like...
this break brought to you by Hotel Tango.
About a third of what you gave him.
Hotel Tango's 2-year bourbon, poured by Nick Hinton.
That's right. I do have an official, state-given liquor license, so it's all legal.
Cheers, fellas.
Oh, me too. I should check that. Is this still legal?
Usually
is this real life?
3 years. What is real?
That's almost tasty as tasty as the old fashioned you just made. How long have we been here?
Oh, hundreds of years at least.
Oh boy. Oh gosh.
I don't know. It looks like you're measuring in beats instead of minutes.
That's correct. This is a different file. So we're at 4/4 at 120 beats per minute, and we're at bar 1601.
Oh, nice.
All right. But if you click on that little downy arrow right there.
It's your pilot. We're coming in at bar 1601 at approximately 120 beats per minute.
I'm clicking on nothing. I'm scared to click on this.
We don't want to corrupt the files.
I derailed us, so you guys want to know about process, and I'm over here going on some goddamn political rant.
There's
no rails.
There's no.
It's a wide open playground of imagination and, I guess, whiskey right now.
Orange peels.
Yeah. Sad citrus and whiskey glasses.
You know where it all started? I'll tell you where it all started. I was a chubby kid, not unlike now. I was 15 years old.
I relate to this already.
I had jean shorts on. I had tall socks. I saw the video of this, is what I'm saying. And I was a nervous kid, and I played Wonderwall at the fucking talent show at high school. And the fucking crowd went bananas. They went berserk.
Nice. They loved it?
They fucking were screaming and cheering and went bananas. And
Fell in love.
At that point, my ego was born. And then I just said, fuck it. I'm like Angel, I can do it. I got my ass kicked a lot for saying that shit, but it's like, if you're going to do something, just tackle it. And if you get your ass kicked, fuck it, right?
Right.
Might have gotten your ass kicked, but I bet it also paid off in the attention of young ladies at times, huh?
That's what I learned about music, that moment. It's like, the girls are talking to me now. I won $50, and I think that was about it, but
good enough.
So that laid the groundwork for the rest of my music career, everybody's music career. There's a little bit of money and some ladies in it for you.
Let me know when you
A little
When
bit
you
of
find
money
that
and a
again.
lot of loving. That's in my next song. I'm fucking right. I'm going country.
All right.
You heard it here,
Going
folks.
Full country.
A little bit of money and a lot of loving.
Just give it a good 12 weeks or so, and then write an entire album about having nothing salient to say. I mean,
I could just see it, like the fucking election gets derailed. China's on the way with aircraft carriers. It's like America breaks out in Civil War and World War at the same time. And then like 15th headline, Mike Angel releases a little bit of money and a lot of love, or whatever the fuck I said.
just trying to heal
That's
the world,
why
Mike.
I mean, I don't want to contribute to the fucking noise, you know what I mean? Hey guys, I know there's a world war and a civil war, but I got this new album coming out on Spotify this week.
Hey, you know, I mean, how else are they using line 15 down there? You know, I mean, might as well be promoting Mike Angel's new album.
Yeah, I don't know.
How long do you guys think the Civil War lasts if it happens?
Christ almighty.
Well,
It wouldn't be like the last one.
no,
This
the
would
last
be
one
more
was
like a
more geographic.
Syrian, Somalian fucking shit show. Urban warfare, and
Yeah,
it's terrifying to think about. I don't even want to even think about it.
yeah.
God forbid.
So where are we going if it pops off?
Well,
Because we're not staying here. I'm not staying here.
Badford.
don't tell anybody on this show where you're going. It's your own
right.
secret place.
All right, well, we're going to Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh, actually, that's where I was going. How'd you know?
Damn it, I was trying to put one place we wouldn't go.
No, I'll stay and fight.
We'll stay.
I'll stay and fight the man. In whatever capacity.
I mean, what if it's not the man, though?
Well, whoever is
The aggressor.
somebody is always the man in a situation.
Robots.
Who's the underdog and what is their cause? I mean, you can't support an underdog if they have a shitty cause, but
Yeah.
right now the underdog is pretty justified, I feel like.
There's
But
a
that
lot of
could,
underdogs.
yeah, you know, everything's split into like thousands of subgroups. It's like, I like what you're doing here, not so much here. These two I could do away with, and it's like, but it's a whole conglomerate of a movement with several hundred factions in it, and it's a mess, man.
It is. And, you
People
know,
are going to break this shit down in history books and in the future.
dude, good fucking luck, man.
This is going to be the biggest fucking chapter for long. They might actually just delete it. It's like, this shit never happened.
This was.
We might delete it before they get the opportunity.
yeah.
Well, think about this too. I mean, like we're in a point in human history where there is more information than ever, and all this shit is going off at once. Like, it must have been much easier and much more convenient to write about World War II and the Vietnam War. Well, I want to say in a way, because you have less sources of information, but in
Yeah.
a way that can kind of be a detriment as well. But
Well, they were getting that information. The American public was getting it like a week later.
right. Yeah, exactly. But now there is so much information that it's difficult to make heads or tails of anything that's going on right now. Like, you know, I just anything I read online anymore, even if like, you know, I feel like I'm reasonably intelligent about discerning like a good source from a bad source and like really taking things into consideration. But man, I can't make an objective like call on anything anymore. Like anymore, I'm just like, this person said this, you know, because that's the most truth I know is that this person says this or this media outlet says this. And usually I when I'm trying to make a coherent thought about it, I just kind of list all the thoughts there are about it because I can't fucking tell what's real and what's not anymore, you know? And I think a lot of people are like that, and
It's getting
they
hard.
don't know.
Trust has gone out the window.
Trust is gone, but they don't know that they're like that.
Well, it's like we're here. We're like the children of a divorce that's happening currently, and it's the government versus the media, and the media is selling their narrative, and the government's selling their narrative, and we're just here like watching them fight.
Let's make a bummer discussion even worse, by the way.
Yeah,
You're ripping open wounds for me, Mike Angel.
Hey, I remember that from when I was 10. So anyway, let's fucking go back to something happy. What about global nuclear warfare?
Can't wait.
So my processes, I think about the end of the world frequently.
Okay.
And then I write dark material to upbeat tempos.
That's pretty accurate. What was your? I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read your words because I think because in case somebody quotes us, then I'll get credit for it. So
Nice.
because Nick Hinton,
Feel free to attach your name to anything that I've said.
these words are mine alone, and not Nick Hinton's. He describes Bigfoot Yancey as sonically robust, optimistic music with an appropriate amount of distinctively Midwestern melancholy.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot better if I said it perfectly.
Say it again.
All right, I'm going to say it again, this time for the record.
Take 2.
Take 2, Bigfoot Yancey. Sonically robust, optimistic music with an appropriate amount of distinctively Midwestern melancholy.
That shit sounded straight off NPR right there.
That was just out of my mouth, man. I got it.
Beautiful.
Got it. Yep. My words alone, definitely not Nick Hinton's. Definitely
Off the
not
cuff.
Yep.
I'm impressed.
I just came up with that just now.
Great job, Ryan Seller.
Yeah, good. No, good job on these old fashions
Yeah,
and inventing
thank you.
this. Just
I heard it was your favorite cocktail, so I decided to go ahead and invent it for you.
Thank you. It was
In my past life.
Oh, so delicious. I love them. I mean, now we're drinking it straight, so I got to be careful with this. It's drying my mouth out a little bit.
It's good for you.
Getting me. I don't drink a lot, Mike Angel. This is
I don't either anymore.
You don't?
Pretty dry anymore.
Pretty dry?
Not completely dry.
All
But
right. Well, I don't mean to be a bad influence. I thought.
no, this is my cheat day. I had 6 tacos, corn on the cob, half a watermelon, and 2 bourbons.
God damn, that's impressive.
That is impressive. And you said it was by accident too.
It was totally by accident.
Wow.
I just saw the taco place there, and it's one of my favorites. And I ordered 12 tacos, not knowing what friends would show up. Sat there for a minute. No friends showed up, so I ate 6. Then a friend showed up, and I gave the other 6 away.
Oh.
But I'm still imagining you just slipping on a banana peel and accidentally consuming a half a watermelon though.
Like just going. Roar.
Either way, it's really impressive.
Yeah, it was good. I put a video up
Oh,
Oh, you got a watermelon video?
on Instagram.
Video?
with an Enya song playing in the background of me eating the watermelon.
I didn't see that one, but I really love the hot dog one you just... Did you post that anywhere, or did you just make that?
No, I'll probably post it right after this.
Post it. Okay, good. Because that
I
was...
think we'll have to reshare some of those to
We might.
stories. With your permission.
Oh, yeah, of
All
course.
right.
I wasn't going to ask permission. I'm just going to take it. That's the American way.
What kind of content can I provide your podcast right now that's not gloomy? Everybody always says you just went total doom and gloom.
No, dude, I love it.
It's okay.
I got a really dark sense of humor, so when it goes there, like, I love it. But also, like...
Shout
this is
out
stuff
Valerie on Indie Propaganda podcast. She literally made me tape a second one because I was too fucking depressing.
Really?
No.
I just found out about them, actually.
That's a great show.
Is that who you sent me over?
Indie Propaganda, yeah.
You guys should
shout
fucking podcast each other.
That's
Let's
I would love to
Cross
have a
podcast.
cross
pods.
nation.
Yeah.
Tonight on Cross Pod.
Cross pod.
Don't get your pod crossed.
What if...
Don't get your pod all in
New
a
show
twist.
alert. Crazy Mike's the host of Cross Pod, where he takes one podcast and puts them across the table from another podcast, and they podcast each other.
Oh, I love it.
Genius.
That is genius.
I love it. A
See?
moderated
See, folks?
cross podcast.
Ask me about my processes. I'm shitting charisma over here.
A goddamned conduit.
Jesus.
Anyway,
It's beautiful.
Tell me about when you decided to make the Virginia Avenue Folk Festival.
all right.
I remember you telling me about a meeting that you had with somebody
Yeah.
that said you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
How did that conversation transpire?
Well, it was like,
Because I know, I just want this to be shared with the audience because this is a really cool conversation and it's stuck with me. So I'm not asking like I don't know. I know.
I don't know.
He doesn't know. So say it to Nick.
so, I met Pat. He was opening Rocket 88 Donuts at the time. I started hanging out there, and we both liked music. And that was like December he opened, and maybe November. And we were hanging out every day, drinking coffee, eating donuts, talking about music. And started hanging out with the nonprofit next door. They were called Trusted Mentors. They did like rehab, re-entry for people coming out of the prison system to find them jobs and homes and things like that. And we were hanging out, and they're like, we should do an event to raise money. And me and Pat were like, let's do a music festival. So we were going to have like 10 bands in a parking lot next door to what is now Fountain Square Animal Clinic, owned by my other business partner, Kurt Phillips. And we're like, let's do like 10 bands. And we put it together, and we're like, well, fuck, why not go bigger? And since I was playing in Bigfoot Yancey, I had met a lot of people. We had a lot of mutual musician friends around, and it just kind of turned into like 70 bands. And none of us knew what the fuck we were doing. Like, it's like, what? How are we going to do this? And they gave us an operating budget. And they knew people that were in the business, sort of musicians and like older people. And so they put together this committee, and it was like, so what we're trying to do is we're going to have 70 bands just up and down the Virginia Avenue here, you know, multiple stages. And they're like, what you're doing is impossible. And I'd never been in a meeting like this before, so I just kicked my chair out from behind me and stood up and said, nobody fucking tells me I can't do something. That was John Martin, by the way. He's a pretty well-known musician right here in Fountain Square.
Oh, okay.
I swear to God, I passed him on the cultural trail 2 years later. He's like, I was wrong.
I thought you were talking about my brother, John Martin. No. I was like, wait, what?
He's a good dude. His daughter is a great musician, too.
I used to work with a guy
Martin.
named John Martin at Sam Ash Music back in like 2000.
Was it John Martin?
Did he used to have long, curly brown hair?
That's him.
Oh, wow. Small world, huh?
Small world.
I think.
This episode goes out to all you John Martins out there.
An old guitar player?
Yeah. It was in a Sindicato back in the day.
Oh, that sounds about right.
And his daughter, Megan Martin, is a great musician. She's in a great band here. So shout out, Megan.
Nice. But yeah, that story stuck with me because he told it to me, and like I just like that. Just like nobody's gonna tell me that I can't do something. Like
I see it from his point of view. Like, who's this fucking asshole? Like he's not gonna be able to pull this off. And I think he would have been right most of the time. But like anytime somebody tells me I can't do something, I fucking do it. And I did that as a kid, and that's why I was always in trouble. That can't be reversed now. I'm fucked in the head, so.
Just get filled with that holy thunder.
It was the same for Square Cat, man. People are like, well, this isn't going to work. And it's like, I'll fucking show you.
Fucking watch me.
Motherfucker. But I don't know.
It's a universe full of infinite possibility.
Yeah.
There's a way.
Yeah, just fucking don't give up on something. Just keep trying.
So how many years did you run the Virginia Avenue Folk Fest, and how many did it become the Music Fest?
Oh, was it 3 and 2 or 2 and 3, something like that?
So about like 5 or 6 years you did it.
Yeah, we renamed it to be, not that we weren't inclusive before, but it was confusing. People thought it was just folk music, and we already had hip hop and punk, and it was bluegrass, and there was a lot of folk because folk musicians are the easiest to conjure up, but it wasn't strictly folk. So we changed the name to Music Fest and started looking more outward, national acts. In the last 2 years, we had some really solid national acts that are unknown, relatively unknown. Mm-hmm. And so we were marketing ourselves as like, see them here first, because these guys are going to blow up. And there's a few that are out there doing it. Like Amethyst Kia played one year, and she just did an album with Rhiannon Giddens and people like that. But had we had more support financially from, let's say, the Fortune 500 companies that don't fucking support anybody around here, and people like that, you know, we could have kept going. But there's so much money in this city. There's a lot of investment going on. There's a lot of big fucking companies. Mm-hmm. These motherfuckers should be putting it into the arts and the music and all the creative endeavors going on around here. So. Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much money that you raised for, what was that company again? The not company, but that nonprofit that you...
Trusted Mentors? I can't even remember the first year. But
I mean, that's a testament to it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's a testament to, like, what
Well, we had a
group
falling
of-
out. They appreciated what we did, and they wanted to take control of it. And we're like, no.
Whoa, yeah, no, that's not okay.
But they're a noble cause. I appreciate
Yeah.
what they do. We've been working with Southeast Community Services every year after that.
Okay.
Right there in Fountain Square, because to me, that is the most unselfish community involvement program I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they've literally paid my rent before and many other people's rent when they were down on their luck, especially through COVID. And I volunteer over there and help them load food donations, and they have a welcome center, immigrant welcome center. They have like GED classes. Like, they're really going the extra mile for the neighborhood. So I really appreciate what they do. I tried to raise money for them, but actually I emceed their annual gala a few months back, and that was fun because I've never done anything like that. Lots of suits and ties, and it's like, Crazy Mike with the microphone here. And they did this live auction on the screen, and no one was like really hitting it. And she's like, do your thing. And I broke free. I was like, I'm going to keep fucking talking until this thing hits the top. You know, I just kept rambling Crazy Mike style. Fucking watched it skyrocket. And they're like, we've raised more money than ever this year.
Nice.
It was because I threatened all these people. I'm not going to shut up until it's done. So,
Oh, that's so good. Cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Fountain Square is a weird place, man. It's like, it's evolving. Before I got there was a lot of underground, like gritty art and music. And then, you know, the waves of people come, and I was there for a little bit of it. And now it's like, you know, $500,000 homes, not as many art studios. The music is kind of, well, especially now it's kind of dead, but it'll be back, and there's just a lot to compete with down there. But there's some cool homies in there in Fountain Square, though.
Yeah.
It's still got its own, you know, sort of soul,
Oh yeah,
you know, and it's not all bad.
no, it's great. It's just like you have to evolve with the landscape to survive, and so that's the trick, and that's what we're trying to do at Square Cat. And you know, we offer coffee and beer and live music and records. We have records too. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? We've been hyping you guys up pretty good because, man, I like, no joke, Square Cat Vinyl is one of my favorite places in the city just because it has everything. It's all the things. It's a record store. It's a live music venue. They have coffee there, and the coffee's great. And
Wi-Fi.
oh my God, the espressos you guys have there are literally like one of the best espressos I've ever had.
Tinker Coffee, man.
Tinker Coffee, espressos, and coffee, and
Zing Blend.
and then, you know what? At the end of the day, after I'm done working, you got beers there too, and wine, and what other drinks you got there usually?
You know, we got spritzers and lots of beer.
Lots of beer. But you can't do like shots, and you can't make drinks. Like, okay,
No.
but
Got to
you
get
do
that
beers.
three-way.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Respect. I mean, that's all you need. You just need some beer. That's fine. Beer and coffee and Wi-Fi
Yeah.
Vinyl.
and some live music and vinyl.
Vinyl.
Yeah.
And vinyl.
Maybe
Some
a t-shirt,
A little bit of
sticker.
Crazy
Some
Mike.
T-shirts, a couple stickers.
Yep.
Yeah.
No fees.
There's going to be fees on those.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, not on the stickers.
not on
No
the
fees on the
stickers? No
stickers.
fees on the stickers. Okay. Well, I hope it's understood when we say no fees that it really means no additional fees.
No fees.
No fees.
Well, I wish I could say no fees fully, but you know the government has their taxes and all that. So
I mean, gotta live.
Yeah. I wish we could say that about Forging Flame, but unfortunately, our listeners even are subject to Forging Flame fees.
Forging Flame fees.
We call them
Flame
fleas.
Fleas. I guess we do now. Shit.
May be subject to Forging Flame fees.
No fleas.
No fleas.
No fleas.
That's a good motto.
Shit. It's evolving. It's just ever
No
changing.
fleas.
No fleas.
I could do it for all the animal clinics in town.
No fleas.
Just
pitch
a
that
new
to
like
Kurt.
flea bath or something.
Yeah.
You know, like no
Crazy Mike's
fleas.
flea bath, no fleas.
Yes.
Can see it now.
See,
Good marketing.
all kinds of good things coming out of Forging Flame.
What else would you like to discuss?
ForgingFlame.com.
What the hell is a Bigfoot Yancey?
Oh yeah.
Bigfoot
Like,
Yancey.
what does that mean?
Okay.
I know what a Bigfoot is. I don't know what a Yancey is.
It's nothing to do with the mythical creature Bigfoot.
Okay.
It's actually a town in South Texas. Back when I used to live in the van and I was bouncing around, I went 200,000 miles in 2 years with just me and the dog. I was expediting light freight in the van, so I'd like have to drive sometimes like 900 miles overnight, just nonstop. You know, there was no naps. There was a lot of coffee, and just south of San Antonio, there's a sign that says Bigfoot Yancey. Whoops! I punched the microphone. Bigfoot Yancey, 2 different towns. There's a road sign, and I pass it a few times a week, and I had a girlfriend at the time. We had a terrible breakup. I threw her out, and I was like, "Oh,
Threw her out of the van?
No, it was back at the house."
Oh, okay.
It's like, I'm just here now. I met up with the guys at the bar. I was like, "Hey, I threw out my girlfriend. She was not being good. I need roommates." And they moved in, and I saw this street sign like a few weeks later. Like, we should start a band and call it Bigfoot Yancey. And Jaron and Lauren were like, okay. They were easily influenced, so.
Yeah, they're very easily.
But yeah, I passed that shit all the time, and I always was intrigued by it. So,
Just one of those 2 words that just fit so well together. And
I
it's
guess.
just-
I mean, it's silly as fuck.
it's super silly, but
It's
it's
distinctive.
It's
but-
distinctive. It's catchy. you
Like,
know?
we're not a band that, we like what we do, but we're not trying to fucking take ourselves too seriously.
Right. Exactly. And Bigfoot Yancey, like it's, I don't know, the words have a vibe to it, and it really matches the vibe of like the music and the live shows and everything, dude.
It's that Texas landscape, man. It's treacherous. My agony comes out through especially when Lauren plays the saw.
Oh yeah.
That fit well. But,
It's haunting.
yeah. And if you're ever driving through like a really foggy stretch of eerie roads, like put on one of our Saul songs and you'll feel it.
Definitely recommend Coyote.
Yeah.
Coyote's my favorite.
The last track on the new album, Early Years, we, I think we were, most of the guys, not me because I was driving, of course, but we were under the influence of something, I can't remember what. We had just recorded the last track, and we were up in Michigan where we recorded it, and we were driving down the coastline, and there's fucking fog everywhere, and Lauren's playing the saw on the track, and it just like clicked for us. Like this is what it's all about right here. But
Nice. Yeah. And you guys went up to Michigan. You didn't really have any ideas on deck or anything, did you? You kind of went up there and wrote the album as you recorded it. Is that right? Or did you have ideas going in there?
we had a list of old songs that I have written, which Early Years was the name of a song I wrote a while back. So it was like this whole list of songs. We recorded 14 up there, but we wrote Stranger up there, and we wrote that last track, Opal's Hymnal, up there too. We stayed in some cottage overlooking the lake, and there was a 1/4 mile of ice shelf out there. And we showed up, and it was this beautiful, like, pine trees and 2 feet of snow, and we went hiking, and we walked out on the ice shelf down to the water's edge, and it was fucking scary. And, like, there were parts where it was caving in, and we get back, and we're just fucking around on our phones. There was very little reception, but when we got it, it was like, warning, don't go near the ice shelf. It's claimed several lives this week already. Oh, fuck, dude.
Whoops. You guys put some photos online, like, of just this pristine, clear feet of ice. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. Is that from the
that
ice
was
shelf?
from we did a winter tour last year, or 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. So that's a different.
We went up around the lake, though. I have this affinity for up north, and so does Kevin. And Kevin put together this tour around Lake Michigan. And so we went up through Chicago and Wisconsin, and we went to Duluth on Lake Superior and hiked out on the ice. And there were huge chunks of clear ice. Never seen anything like that before. That was wild. Duluth is a cool place.
I'm a fan of the Midwest in general. Wait, it
Yeah.
was in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's technically Midwest.
Yeah, Kevin lived there a long time, so he's got a fucking loon tattoo and a walleye tattoo on his arm. It's like,
I've
compensating for this miserable, humid-ass state he's sitting in right now.
Indiana, I mean, don't get me wrong. We've come a long way in the last handful of years. You know, we still got a lot of work to do. But geographically, it gets so much better not that far away. Like western Missouri, so much of Iowa.
Yeah.
And just gorgeous.
Southern Indiana is
Gorgeous
beautiful.
land.
That's where my people are from, down in the hills. But
Yeah.
most of this, 2/3 of the state is just fucking flatland.
Yeah. I like southern Indiana. It's a strange place.
It is, yeah. Brown County, my family settled there a long time ago, and that's a subject matter for a lot of our songs. And just our personalities in general. Lauren's family's from Brown County, too, so
Really?
we have friends down there, and it's just a good place. It's one of the best places to be around here.
I gotta go check it out because, man, when I moved out west a few years ago, like that was the thing that just struck me. Is everywhere I went, it was just like, just mountains and trees that are like 100 feet tall. Like all that
Right.
shit was like blowing my mind because I spent so much time in the flatland middle part of Indiana, not really venturing outside too much. It's just, as far as cities go and cities and nature, like, I mean, Indianapolis has its spots, but like you drive around and there's really nothing to see. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in Tucson, the entire city is surrounded by mountains.
Yeah, it's
just
beautiful down there.
It is so gorgeous. And everywhere you look, you're just in awe, you know, and you totally take for granted how fucking big a mountain is. Like me being not from Indianapolis, but spending a lot of time here and going to Tucson, like one day I was just like, I'm just going to drive towards that mountain and see like how far it takes me to get to the mountain and figure it out. And I was driving for a long time and it just kept getting bigger. And, apparently I don't know how mountains work, but yeah.
Just add water. Watch the mountain grow.
Yeah, and I didn't even know where Duluth was. I only heard that in the Lake of Fire song. Like other than that,
yeah.
like, I don't even know. But those pictures were gorgeous. Like I do love it up north. It's apparently I need to get out, like start adventuring a little bit more.
Go see some shit, damn it.
See some shit. Yeah.
These United States of ours are a wonderful and diverse place.
Really though, each state's almost like its own country.
Like Florida.
Like Florida.
It's its own country.
Really. You know? So, we talked about Bigfoot Yancey. We talked about Virginia Avenue Folk Festival / Music Fest. We talked about Square Cat Vinyl.
We sure did.
SquareCatVinyl.com for all your vinyl needs. What other kind of stuff you use? So you have a subscription service on SquareCatVinyl.com and
The litter box, yeah.
the litter box. Is it a separate website?
No, it's on there. It's on the
Okay.
online shop page.
Okay, so it's called the litter box.
SquareCatVinyl.com.
And
How
much-
far are you willing to ship? I wanted to ask that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The U.S.
far
Postal
shop, right?
Service. We ship,
ship
anywhere in the world.
In the world.
Yeah, we had
world.
there's some guys that buy a lot from us from South Africa. We send them pretty big boxes of stuff.
Nice.
Like I said, I sent some to Japan the other day, and
Nice.
everywhere in the world. I do local delivery within 5 miles. Crazy Mike's local delivery service. I will hand your records to you
Personally.
face to face.
Face to face with masks.
Yep, within 5 mile radius. And we have pickups 3 days a week right now. So Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 10 to 2.
And litter box, is that so that's just random vinyl, right? You're just sending people
Yeah.
random stuff.
I can't remember our subscription levels, but there's 3 different subscription levels.
Okay.
And you basically, I think it was like the big one was $99, and you get 2 new vinyl and 2 used vinyl twice a month.
Oh, wow.
Pretty sure that was the price. Don't quote me on that, folks. It's not as if I should know my own prices here. But yeah, we
pretty
just
bang
handpick
deal.
them. Just like, oh, I think they'll like this one. Just surprise.
Yeah.
But we only have good shit there, so.
Yeah. Only the best.
And we do have a litter box. It's the bargain bin litter box. It's 4 bargain bin items, so
Cool.
it's only $12.
I'm trying to confirm your pricing real quick. Hold up. Let's see.
When do you think Square Cat Vinyl will be business as usual?
Business as usual. I don't think that's going to happen ever again.
Ever? Really?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We're playing it pretty cautious. We got a tight space in there, and
Yeah.
we're working through some plans. I can confirm that we locked in and put a deposit down on our second location, which is the Bottle Works on Mass Ave.
Nice. That's a sweet spot.
We're going to be right in the middle of the food hall there. So, and they're saying later this year, but there's a goddamn pandemic, so I don't believe them. And like you got to take everything with a grain of salt right now because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're still working on it though. You know.
Yeah, but you don't want to. You don't want to
to.
open up during a pandemic and be half-assed about something.
Hell no.
That's my biggest concern with Square Cat is we don't just like silently open our doors one day. Like I want to have something new and exciting to offer people when we do open our doors, so it's not business as usual, as you put it.
Yeah. So we're just gonna pack the house right off the bat. Just pack everybody in there.
You won't need a COVID test because you'll have it for sure.
Guaranteed. No fee.
No fees, COVID.
Yeah. Point of clarification. In the meantime, until we
59?
can pack the house. No.
99.12.
All right. So the bargain plan, and keeping in mind these all come with in-store pickup discounts. So if you live in central Indiana or anywhere near Fountain Square, you can shave a few bucks off if you're willing to come down to the shop and get it yourself. But otherwise, the bargain plan, $19 in-store pickup discount, $12.
Okay, there it is.
So that's 6 bargain bin records for $19 a month. That's a crazy deal. Your single offering here, $69.
Now I remember. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
In-store pickup discount, $62.
Nice.
You got 1 litter box a month. That's 4 records, 2 new, 2 used. Or the double, which is $109 with the $99 in-store. And that's
yes.
2 of those litter boxes per month. That's a sweet deal, though. That's great, man.
It's fun.
I could definitely see as if word can spread to enough people, and we just got our first listeners in Croatia, by the way.
Oh,
nice.
great.
Did you see that?
I
Ryan?
did not see that.
No,
All
we've
right,
got
well,
at least 2 people in Croatia listening to our stuff.
You have
right on.
Croatian
Shout out
connections.
to everyone in Croatia listening to us right now.
Don't you
You guys
have
are
both of you?
awesome.
Croatian connections?
I know some Croatians.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Dan's in-laws.
I thought
Yeah.
so.
Dan Crawford's married to one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her whole family, I think, came from the Croatia. I don't know their entire story, but
Croatians,
man,
go to your government and make this the official podcast. Come on now.
Hi, Maria's family. Thanks for
Hello.
This is
listening.
the official
Maria's family.
Croatian podcast.
But apparently they came. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know all the details. But apparently they came from some pretty rough circumstances and moved to the Chicago area in a longabout way and made a pretty successful life for themselves. So it's a really inspiring, like kind of immigrant story. And apparently a lot of those Croatians with the peasant background, they kind of they have a good work ethic. So. Yeah, shout out to Croatia. Thank you for the 2 listeners in Croatia, and
Hell yeah.
we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully it wasn't just like, oh, what's this garbage?
And if you really like it, and you got yourself a little turntable, you can get yourself a litter box subscription.
That's right. SquareCatVinyl.com.
SquareCatVinyl.com. Litterbox subscription.
I think my spiritual advisor used to be in a Croatian gang in San Diego, but it might have been a Yugoslavian gang.
Oh, I didn't know Croats had gangs. Can you say Croats? Is that offensive? I don't know. If I just said like a horribly offensive thing, I am so sorry. I'm just stupid. Croatians. I should just not say it if there's any like. Anyway. Back to politics. No. I had a question though about vinyl.
Okay.
What got you into vinyl? Like, how did that come about? It seems to be it's a thing.
So one year almost to the date before we announced that we were opening, I had posted online, like, what would you guys think about a record store in Fountain Square? And so Pat and I were always talking about having a place because we were doing the festival and we were doing pop-up events, but we didn't have a place. So we kind of put it out there to the universe. And Pat was always fond of a record store. He always wanted to own a record store, but I always wanted to have a venue and like a public gathering space. So when the night that Kurt and I were drinking, and it was during Fountain Square Music Fest, and we were at New Day Meadery drinking, and I was like, Kurt, let's open up a bar together. And he's like, no. I said, Kurt, let's open up a record store. And his wife looked at him, and she's like, I'm going to leave you two alone. And fucking like worked out the details for Square Cat Vinyl like in a drunken manner. And then I woke up to a text from Kurt the next morning saying, are we doing this? Shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. What did I do?
Created opportunity for yourself.
I'm shitting charisma. I'm drunk as fuck. I text Pat, like, I just got us a record store. He's like, what? And I called him. I was like, I got us a fucking record store. He thought I was full of shit, but we partnered up together, and Kurt invested in us, and Square Cat Vinyl became a thing.
Nice. So.
But it had to be under those circumstances.
Right.
Not just a record store is going to survive. Not just a bar is going to survive. Not just a music venue is going to survive. It's going to take all of these things at once. It's a multifaceted business plan. Mm-hmm. And it has to be in the heart of Fountain Square to survive. And so everything lined up and pulled the trigger on it. It was so close that it didn't. Somebody else looked at that building like an hour after we did to rent it. And we fucking got there first, luckily. So
stars aligned.
It was crazy, man.
It was meant to be, Mike.
I guess so.
It is a
You're just
awesome
following
location.
your destiny.
Just kind of fucking stumbled into it drunkenly, so.
That's how it goes, man.
Hey, what's this?
Maybe I need to drink more.
No, it's not like that. Don't take it like that. No. We worked real hard on the fest and showed what we could do, you know. So.
Yeah.
But you just have to have the guts to. What did I say in Kurt's roast? It was like, sometimes you just have to have the guts to go out there and ask a rich guy for money. Something like that.
They might just say yes.
I mean, if it's a good enough idea, why not? If it benefits everybody in the neighborhood and them. And
It is a great idea, and it's not being done anywhere else. Everywhere else is very separated. It's either a record store or it's a local music venue, and yours just everything. I mean, you guys on a normal day before COVID, I mean, you guys were open at what, 7 a.m.?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
8
every
a.m.
day,
to 10
and
p.m.
then
on the
10
weekdays.
p.m. Yeah, so,
Midnight on weekends.
and then you would have
But it's not that abnormal. It's just the fucking Midwest. You go out to the West Coast,
right.
Easy Street Records in Seattle, they have a cafe and shit like that. You know? It's my favorite record store. I'm obsessed with Seattle, and Pat is of that mindset too. And so if you just think like you're from the coast here, then you're beating everybody by 5 years every time. So that's my opinion on it. We're just a little behind out here.
just a little.
We're
It's not actually 5 years
on the
though.
uptick.
It's like 230 years behind here, something like that, according to my watch.
Is that vintage?
It is. It's from the 80s.
Let me see that. I think my dad used to have one just like that. Yep, that's definitely a dad watch right
That's
there.
an old dad watch.
Yeah.
Coming up next, the white New Balances. I'll be a dad. That's how I'll announce that I'm going to be a dad. It's my white New Balances.
Well, all right, man. I think we're at a good point to start winding it down. Is there anything you'd like to put out there? Anything you're working towards? I mean, obviously there's squarecatvinyl.com where people can order from your selection there, and they can take part in the litter box subscription service. But
Use
what
promo
about
code Forging Flame.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's not going to do anything.
It's not going to do anything yet.
Yet?
Square Cat,
something I don't?
Square Cat is sponsoring Forging Flame in some manner. These are our dudes, so this is presented by Square Cat. Somehow.
Somehow.
We just got to sort it out.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
I like
as we
these
go.
guys, though. And if you're listening, spread the fucking word.
Spread the word. So you mentioned you worked on a video with Bigfoot Yancey. When do you think like that might drop? Like you're thinking weeks, months, years?
When is this published?
This we're gonna try to get this out pretty quickly. So hopefully by next week.
I think probably mid-July.
Mid-July. Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty quick. Like where can people keep their ear to the ground?
Instagram, Facebook, Bigfoot Yancey. Yeah.
Instagram and Facebook. I'm having trouble talking, man. This has only been 2 drinks, but okay.
I have a little mushy mouth.
Little mushy mouth. You got some bananas in my mouth. I don't know.
Been eating baby food again, Ryan.
Eating baby food. But okay, so people can keep an eye on Bigfoot Yancey on Facebook and Instagram.
Yancey, right?
Mm-hmm. There is an E in there.
Yancey. Bigfoot Yancey.
Nobody ever gets that right when we play shows. It's always wrong on the marquee.
Oh, really?
Bigfoot Yankees.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bigfoot Yankees.
Exactly.
So aside from both of those things, anything else going on you'd like to let people know?
I'm sure there's something that I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
How can we help you get money?
Yeah.
Oh, buy shit from squarecatvinyl.com.
Buy
we
shit
go.
from Square Cat.
Yeah, we have
So much of the shit.
we have a tab on there to tip the staff too. So, or to donate, it goes directly to the staff. So,
That's a baller move.
because this unemployment's going to run out soon, probably, and it's going to suck for the service industry,
Yeah.
myself included. Most fucking people.
Employed in the service industry, I salute you because that is definitely like a stone cold G thing to do. So
Yeah.
good on you.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Cool. Anything else?
Nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's 8:15. I don't know when we got started, but it's like probably close to like 2 hours or something.
Oh yeah. Also, onit.com, promo code Forging Flame.
Forging Flame.
10% off.
10% off. What,
Get your-
supplements?
I don't think I looked at
10%
you
off,
once. I see you.
Everything but workout equipment, and also they've got a bunch of free trials for Alpha Brain and Shroom Tech, and I think a third one as well. So
Yeah.
you know.
Both Alpha Brain and Shroom Tech. I've tried both of those,
Yeah.
and they're definitely effective. So
And if it's free, might as well try it.
might as well try it if it's free. The first hit's always free.
Yeah. Promo code Forging Flame.
Forging Flame. Onnit.com. ONNIT.
.com.
Oh, also Hotel Tango.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you for.
Thanks again. Special props to Kelsey over there for hooking us up.
Hotel Tango's
Thanks.
2-year bourbon.
We should let Mike do this. What are we doing?
Mike just needs to come and do all of our promos and ad reads for us.
Oh, that'd be fun. I could record those from home, just send them to you.
Yeah.
We'll give you 3%.
It's fine by me.
Yeah. So thanks for the mush mouth, Hotel Tango. That was.
Good mush.
It was a good mush. Made it a little challenging, but we
Is
made
that
it.
what it's called? What did you say? What kind of name is that?
Good mush.
Oh, shit. I got mush brain from it.
I like the mush bill on this whiskey. It's 80% mush.
Yeah, it's delicious though.
Yep.
Love it.
Okay.
Well, thanks for talking to me, guys.
Thanks for
Yeah. I'm sick of
coming
talking
out here.
I'm over it.
Over talking.
bet.
I'm done talking.
You guys have been rambling this whole time.
Yeah, thanks for sitting down with us, and thanks for doing everything you do. Thanks for making music with Bigfoot Yancey, even when you're not inspired.
And thanks for
thanks for-
not making music when you shouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for shutting
There's
up when you
millions of musicians that should hear that. Sorry.
Just
Sorry,
people
guys.
on
Sorry.
social media in general should
should.
hear that.
Yes, please, just
Anyway.
everyone. Okay,
Peace. I'm out.
peace out, guys. Bye bye.